How
Lesson
I
1, how I
created my
created
teaching
my
aid
artwork.
story.
So these artwork were created in Canvas, then they were saved and then placed in Publisher to be enlarged, then printed, and each page was then placed together and then placed on a cardboard to create these beautiful looking teaching aids. How I created my artwork. The first artwork was created on a canvas using mostly primary colors. The two other artwork were then printed and placed on a stiff cardboard and covered with scotch tape. Material used in this lesson, we had the palette, paint, paintbrush, and much more. Activity sheet. This was a printed activity sheet where students had to mix primary colors to create a value scale showing tints and shade. We will now move on to lesson 2, how I created my teaching aids. The teaching aids were created in Canvas, then saved and placed in Publisher to be enlarged, printed, and each paper were then glued and pasted on a cardboard and covered with scotch tape. Next, we add a color wheel game on primary and secondary colors. This artwork was created using cardboard, bond paper, and color paper, glue, and glue stick. How I created my artworks. Instead of painting these artwork, I went on Pinterest and saved artwork that showed secondary colors. I then printed and pasted each artwork on a stiff cardboard and then I covered it with a scotch tape. So our next activity was a mixing activity which was created from a stiff cardboard and then cotton wool pads was placed on it. Activity sheet. This activity was printed and then students had to mix the primary colors to produce the secondary colors. Then they completed a printed worksheet based on they were covered. Lesson 3, how I created my teaching aids. So like our previous teaching aids, each of these aids were created in Canvas, then saved and placed in Publisher to be enlarged and then printed. Each paper were then glued and pasted on a cardboard and covered with scotch tape. So these were the painting materials that we used for this lesson. Activity sheet. So this was a printed activity sheet where students had to mix the primary and secondary colors evenly